On May 6, 2023, the world watched as King Charles III was crowned in a ceremony steeped in ancient tradition and quiet mystery. But behind the grandeur and golden crowns, there were secrets, rituals, symbols, and private emotions that only a few inside the Abbey truly understood. For over 7 decades, Charles waited for this moment, the longest heir apparent in British history. A man once defined by scandal, heartbreak, and scrutiny now stood ready to wear the crown once worn by his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. But this coronation would not simply be a copy of hers. Charles wanted to blend ancient ritual with modern purpose, and that decision changed everything. Every object used during the coronation carries deep meaning. The sovereign's orb, topped with a cross, symbolizes divine authority over earth. The scepter with the cross represents power and justice, while the scepter with the dove stands for mercy and spirituality. Yet one object held the greatest secret of all, the ampulla, a golden eagle-shaped vessel holding the anointing oil, newly consecrated in Jerusalem, linking Charles's rule to biblical kings. It was said this oil was made with olives from the Mount of Olives itself, making Charles the first British monarch in centuries to be anointed with oil sanctified in the Holy Land. One moment during the coronation was hidden from all cameras, the anointing. Behind a gilded screen embroidered with trees symbolizing the nations of the Commonwealth, Charles was stripped of his robes, anointed with holy oil, and consecrated in silence. It was the most private and sacred moment of his life, seen only by the Archbishop of Canterbury and God. In that unseen moment, the man became monarch, and the weight of 1,000 years of history passed to a single soul. Yet, amid the splendor, the day was shadowed by quiet tension. Prince Harry sat apart from the family, attending alone, staying only hours before leaving for California. It was a scene that said what words never could. Even at the height of royalty, the crown cannot mend every wound. For Camilla, once branded the other woman, this was the ultimate redemption, a moment few thought she would ever see. From scandal to queen, her coronation was not just ceremonial, it was deeply personal. King Charles III's coronation may have appeared familiar, but beneath the robes and rituals, it was a quiet revolution, a ceremony that honored tradition while whispering of change. And in the golden silence of Westminster Abbey, between the secrets and the sacred vows, a new chapter of monarchy began. This was the story of King Charles III's coronation secrets finally revealed, a day that joined the divine and the human, the sacred and the unseen. A day when one man carried 1,000 years of history into a new century. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to Celebrity Styles 247. And tell us in the comments, do you think the monarchy's